Right now, we're gonna have Apostle. Check it out, everybody.
The music.
The hip-hop coalition.
The music is called hip-hop.
It's time for change.
I never really saw myself as an activist per se.
Coalition. We want young people to stop the violence and take back their neighborhoods.
Just seemed like something that we were doing because it was what we were supposed to do, not something that was going to change my life the way that it did.
It's time for change.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Yo, that's what it is. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth.
I'm Jeff Campbell, Executive Director of the Colorado Hip Hop Coalition.
Where my soldiers at?
You guys can spit
Power.
The whole thing is about, the name of this is called Elements of Change. And it's hip-hop or art as a means to make a statement about the community that you come from, or something that's affecting you.
I found a voice inside me that was a choice of who I want to be in life. No longer confined by negativity, I found a voice that makes melodies and rhythms blend harmoniously in unison like the wind and the air, and evaporates my mistakes in the past, situations of frustrations by conditions of conditioning I once had of myself. This voice said, go for self, do for self, love yourself. You are who you are supposed to be. Accept this mission and get started on this journey. The Colorado Hip Hop Coalition got started basically when there was a drive-by shooting at a local record store in 5 Points. A person ran into the store and the shooters drove by and shot through the window and injured the owner of the store while his 2 young children were playing in the front. The store owner naturally wanted to close his business and get out of town.
Where does it all come from, the hatred and disgust?
So D. Williams and myself, we organized a block party where we had about 10 local artists perform, where we raised $500 that day. And we gave that money to the owner, and since then he's still in business. The local media showed up and asked us who we were, and we told them we were the Hip Hop Coalition. And at that point, we had no idea what it was about, standing up for the community or being a nonprofit organization. It just kind of fell together like that.
And even if I wanted to, I couldn't change. This is my life, the misery I can't.
Being an activist is definitely a heavy title. But when I really look at it, I don't see it as very different from being an artist or a musician. And it actually just gave me a whole nother value and purpose to performing, to being an artist, all the way around.
Yeah. Real hip-hop make noise right now. Diagnose the symptom, prescribe the remedy. Situation critical, the culture's in jeopardy. Hip-hop's contaminated, it's an epidemic. Infections running rampant, building up the clinic. Identify origin, set up quarantine. Isolate everyone spreading the disease. Back to the lab, develop vaccine. High doses of intelligence, build immunity.
Colorado Hip Hop Coalition is workshops, assemblies, after-school programs for middle and high school aged youth who have an interest in hip-hop culture and the music industry. With this music or with dance or whatever, how would you like to make a statement about some of these things that you're dealing with violence, with the peer pressure?
Get into the community first.
I mean, well, how can you use that music to say something?
Dancing is like mainly one thing that I like to do because it gets my mind off. Like if I get mad and like if I want to fight somebody, I'll go to the dance room and start dancing.
At the very root of hip hop is literacy.
Daddy, why so much hate against your family? What did we ever do or not do to you? Please you and try to make your life happy? Well, think of this. Did you ever treat us the way you wanted to be treated?
When you can't read, your opportunities are restricted. But when you're able to relate to what literacy is from your standpoint, from a cultural standpoint like hip hop, then that opens the door. And then all of a sudden, you know, kids become excited about literacy.
That's a man right there. Okay?
You the whoa man.
By and large, for the most part, educators love what we are doing.
Peace out.
Peace.
I was blown away by educators wanting to have a program such as mine to be in the public school system.
See the cost of the sword is the tongue is the word is the weapon is truth is the light is the power is knowledge, and knowledge of self will liberate you.
Many hip-hop artists will convey a message that is very political in terms of their community and where they stand in their experience of being young, urban, youth of color in today's society, where you have things like racial profiling, police brutality, HIV and AIDS epidemics, things that are prevalent to these people in the community.
I got my eye on this guy and I'm feeling kinda crazy. Do I know, am I sure that he's been the one I'm craving?
As I approached you, with love and respect as I got
Children's Hospital approached me to try to help them create creative ways of inspiring youth to get tested and look at themselves in a healthy manner around sex and sexuality.
Slow down and think for a minute and keep up in your mind that you're the one that can.
This is young people becoming peer-to-peer educators on a very real, very relevant subject to them, and I thought that was just one of the most rewarding things that we've been able to do.
I'm gonna be a real friend and tell y'all what I suggest. I'm gonna leave it up to you, but take that test.
We're gonna break down this word, unity. So if you look at it, there it is. We do also have other workshops that are a little outside of the scope of hip-hop itself, which is Latin, but you and I is also there. It's a leadership workshop. It's called Unity, Opportunity, Action, which are the 3 laws of leadership, according to the Colorado Hip Hop Coalition.
First we have act, then we have I, and then we have on. See that I? That's you. And when you act on the opportunities you were given, this I, you are in action. Opportunity means the delegation of responsibility. So you notice unity is in opportunity, so this is how you operate the unity.
These words propelled me into a world where I could be the cause instead of the effect of my reality. I found this voice and was afraid to believe. What is this voice really saying to me? This voice has told me to stop blaming society. This voice confused me, so I asked, well, what about my history? And this voice started laughing at me and said, well, presently it doesn't exist. There is just you and me. Leave your past where it is supposed to be. Choose to live your life differently. Accept this mission, and I will remain constantly the voice of your self-fulfilling prophecy.
See, the fact is, I put my heart into this game, no matter the circumstance, willing to take the chance, advanced technique, even though I match wits with scholars while making dollars and cents, benefits in this world.
My ancestors gave me the gift, and so I can't play with it. I realize that now, and it took these kinds of things, these, providing these opportunities to youth. That's the lesson that I learned, is that this is not me at all.
I don't care if this world thinks I'm crazy, put the pen in the pad. Use a gift that God gave me. Take a look back at this life, see what it made me.
A.P.O.S.T.L.E gave Jeff Campbell, another sense of purpose. Jeff Campbell is the mild-mannered director of the nonprofit, and A.P.O.S.T.L.E is the superhero that comes out and rocks the mic, you know what I mean?
That's who I am, what I love, and all I know is hip-hop.
I have something, genetically in me that is predisposed to be an orator or a speaker or an artist or a performer.
My name is A.P.O.S.T.L.E.